Hey guys, good evening. Or no, good afternoon. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. It's afternoon, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, good. I listened to my own audio and that sounded good. So, okay, let's pop over here to good afternoon on Wednesday, October 21st. Frank, you're on with me now too.
How's it going?
So,
how are y'all doing today?
Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for being here. We got KO4AFL in the house, K0EFW, Eric, T-Man, KI5BEZ, Tom. Hey, Tom. Thanks for being here today. So Callum's supposed to be on. He's unless I screwed up on the time zone, he should be joining in a minute. Fingers crossed. He traded some emails with him about a week ago. He said that he'd be interested. I said, hey, I've got this live stream I do on Wednesdays at I gotta shut that off. I have this live stream I do on Wednesdays at noon my time, and he's like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us, something like that. So he said, okay, yeah, that's like 6 p.m. for me, so that works out well. So I'm like, good, why don't you come on and we can talk about what you're doing and how it's going and all kinds of good stuff like that. And he said okay. He said, yeah, that works. And I confirmed with him in email this morning. So he's like, what time exactly? And I'm like, I can't math with time zones. But, we're UTC -5 right now due to daylight savings time, which will change here in like 2 weeks. And I told him I thought it was 6 p.m. his time, so we'll see. I wasn't in front of a computer at the time. I guess I can current London time.
While you're figuring that out, we got Eric.
No, that's right.
In the chat saying that he's studying for his tech and general at the same time. Well, good luck. Let us know how it goes, and
right.
Give us a shout when you get a call sign.
Yeah, you guys let us know. Frank, I had you muted on the
Testing,
mixer.
1,
The
2,
mixer.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Are we good now?
You're good now, yeah.
What's going on, my ham radio fellas?
They could probably hear you before. It just wasn't very loud.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So,
there was one comment. Story of my life. Frank has a quiet mic.
Right. Right, yeah. Yeah, Dan
says, just
stick with UTC. Well, that's what I did. That's what I told Callum UTC. I'm currently UTC -5. That's where I'm at right now. Because of daylight savings time. Usually we're UTC -6. Central time zone in USA is usually UTC -6, but right now we're UTC -5. So, and I just Googled it. It shows to be just after 6 p.m. in London right now. They're GMT. Right. They're UTC +1 right now. So, and they have daylight savings time also. They'll have something that will happen for them. I don't know if it's the same date or not. It's the morning of November 1st is when it changes in the States. It's probably the same thing in London or in the UK, I would guess. And so it's the night of Halloween this year. usually it's the first weekend in November, which is the opening weekend of deer hunting season in Texas. But it's the weekend prior to that. Since November 1st falls on a Sunday this year, it kind of messes up the schedule a bit. So Greg says he got his general on Sunday. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
Congratulations on the upgrade for sure. Need to let us know which HF radio you're if you have one already, and if not, which one you've been eyeballing. What are you looking at? Decide to max upgrade and shoot for a 1x2 before they start charging. Yeah. So the whole FCC proposal about charging for licenses, I haven't followed up on that in a week or two. It was just a proposal, so it's not set in stone yet. But we'll see see how that plays out. Let's see here.
Ford Dog says he did his extra ticket Friday, and now he has nothing to study for. KA8WVU.
Right. Huh. That's funny. That's good though.
That's the time you go out and play on the air, man.
Yeah.
Go out and figure out what do you want to do in the hobby.
True. Yep, very true.
Daniel says he's banging his head against the last Gordon West book trying to get that extra.
Man, I know it.
It
Yeah.
does take a lot of studying.
It
There's
does.
a lot more in-depth knowledge there.
Lot more math in it, a lot more theory in it. So
math to me is not the hard part. I could do math.
No, I'm not so concerned about the math. The math makes sense to me. I was actually good at math in school. But it's still kind of weird to think about in that direction, or it can be. I think it is. Anyway, I don't know. So hopefully Callum's okay. He's he still hadn't joined the Zoom call. Maybe we'll see him in a minute.
Don from our Don Army
says
he's got his extra ticket 25 years ago. Never stop learning.
Yeah.
There's always something new out there.
Yeah.
That was Don N5SKT.
Yeah, that's Don. He lives just over here, right? Not far from us, Frank. But cool. Yeah, it's never stop learning is certainly true. That is true. All right, so what's everyone doing today? Let's just lunchtime live streams are generally just, talking to the camera. So if we get our time screwed up and Callum doesn't join us today, I will reschedule him. So long story short, I want him to tell his story, but he's moving. And I think that his shop is moving. And I wasn't 100% sure how at one point in time, I thought that shop that he had out on what he calls the farm, I thought that he lived there as well. But I think now that I don't think that's correct. So I wanted to get a clarification on that because it sounded like when I listened to his announcement about we're moving, he did a video on his channel saying he was moving. And it sounded like he was having to move his home QTH. But perhaps he didn't say one way or the other in the video. So I was a little bit unaware of exactly what his predicament was. But long story short, he has somebody near his property or right behind him or something like that has complained that his ham radio activities have made their computers run slow.
Is that?
Yeah.
Computes?
Made their computers run slow. Like the computer boot up time. Like, our computers boot up much faster when you're not on the air. And he's like,
well, how do you know when I'm on the air and not on the air?
Well, because he used to live stream on Fridays, so he would tell them I'm live. Oh, our computers boot up very slow on Fridays because of your live streaming and being on HF ham radio. Like, what? What are you talking about? And of course, they complain that the internet slows down. And I don't know, if the internet slows down, it's most likely due to the fact that he's live streaming on YouTube. It doesn't have anything to do with his ham radio at all. So yeah. I'm like, what? So I hit him up. I was like, dude, you want to come on? So he said that his he's still working on the antenna builds for the DX Commander antenna, of course. He's he said he's got a large order he's working on right. Well, this was when he posted this video a couple weeks ago. He said he had a large order he was working on that he was working to get out. He said his YouTube time might be kind of sporadic upcoming because he's going to be packing up his whole shop, taking everything down, moving to a new location. I think they found a new location, I believe. But he's, so his time on YouTube might be kind of hit or miss. So I said, hey man, why don't you come onto the channel? We can talk to my audience and talk to a lot of our audiences intertwined between one another with the all of the YouTubers have a lot of people, same people watching them over and over. But so if he doesn't make it today for whatever reason, I'll follow up with him and I will get him on here. We will talk to him about his predicament. But this is the lunchtime live stream. I I've got my DX Commander shirt on today.
Oh, you're all ready.
So, it's already. Already, yeah. Daniel says, yeah, the 5G tower near my house makes the inside of my car smell like zucchini too.
I missed
That makes about as much sense as what Callum's neighbors are telling him. So it's all good, man. It's crazy. Some of the stuff that they come up with, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Goodness. Silly question. After 10 years, do you pay a fee or take the ham test again? Okay, I think
that's talking about the renewals.
Right, but I'm curious about whether he's talking about the proposal we just mentioned or whether it's what the story is today. Okay, so today, in the here and now, you pay a $15 fee again for renewal. You don't have to take a test again. Once you take your test, you're done. You don't have to take any more tests for the rest of your life unless you let it lapse and a certain amount of time goes by. I want to say it's 2 years, I think.
Something like that.
Yes. So you never have to take a test again unless you just let it lapse and it expires and it's way too long outside of the grace period. Yeah, Dawn says you just renew online. I think the last time I renewed online, mine was 2014. So I'll need to renew again in about 4 years. It's good for 10 years. And you renew it. And there's like a service fee or something like that when you do it online. And I think it's like 10 or 12 bucks. Of course, it was 6 years ago when I did it. So it's probably changed by now. It's like 10 or 12 bucks, something like that.
I think it'd be the other way around. There's a service fee not to renew it online these days.
I don't know.
Is there the change in the proposal? You kind of hinted towards that.
Well, so there's an FCC proposal right now to go to start charging a $50 fee to get a license because technically the license is free. The 14 I think is a $14 fee that we pay right now to take a test goes to the VEC. One or two of those VECs do it for free. One or two of those VECs do not charge anything at all. Okay, the FCC right now does not charge anything at all. So there's a proposal in the FCC to start charging $50 for a 10-year license and $50 for a renewal 10 years later and that kind of thing. So, but right now it's just a proposal. I haven't looked it up to see what it is, what the current status of all that is. Okay, let me make a couple of changes here. Somebody's asking for the DX Commander background. Let me go find that. I can do that. Don't need that. What is on? You know what? I've only been home for like I left the house about 6:30 this morning, and I haven't actually looked at the RNL deal for today. So what is that? Ah, yes. The VRN 7500. Okay. Yeah, I did a review of that radio a while back on this channel. So that's a neat little radio. Very cool to use over Bluetooth. It can it's really fun because you can Bluetooth it to an Android device, either an Android car stereo or a tablet. You can do it to your phone. I don't suggest doing that when you're driving down the road, but you can Bluetooth program it, Bluetooth use it, and then use a Bluetooth microphone to control the radio. So you can put the radio in the trunk if you want to, under your seat, in the glove box, wherever the heck you want to put it. So. I don't know. But it's cool for in certain applications. It's a really really good good option. Okay, let's do this.
On the deal of the day, do they also have antennas up there, or is it just mostly radio equipment?
They have all kinds of they had a good antenna deal last Friday. I was talking about that on my Friday shopping video because of that. Now, why is that not showing up? That doesn't make any sense. Editing on the fly is always fun. Okay, you know what? I bet I gotta make that. I bet I know why. No, that's not.
Daniel from the chat says he's saving up for your for the G90. I
Yeah.
did see someone else comment. M6YIK says he loved your video about the G90 and went out and bought one.
Oh, really? Well, hey,
Yep.
cool. That's fun. Let me know how you like it. How do you like the G90? Okay. I don't know why that's not showing up. It's very strange.
A couple other people in the chat said they can understand a small administration fee, but $50 is ridiculous, and that's a
Yeah, that's kind of what everybody's saying. Yeah, and quite frankly, the money's probably not going to go to where we want it to, which would be more enforcement of the bans and more protection for the bans. So I don't know. I need to do more research about it before I pass judgment. We did an entire YouTubers Bunch episode about this and compared it a little bit to we had Hayden from Ham Radio DX on, and he told us about what it costs and what steps you have to go through to get a license in Australia. We had Callum on, and he talked about the UK and London. And we had I think Pascal was on that episode. We had Pascal, who's up in Canada, and he talked a little bit about what. So it was just good to get a worldwide perspective instead of just saying this is what it is in the USA. You know,
do you have anyone from Australia? Because I hear they're
Hayden.
more restrictive.
Hayden from Australia. Yeah, it's really expensive and it's more restrictive. So yeah, Hayden was on there from Australia. He told us about that. Now, I don't think we should be necessarily comparing ourselves to say, oh, well, London does it this way, so we need to match them, or we need to somehow do it better than they do. I just wanted a perspective of let's look and see what other people do, and let's do our own thing. As far as the United States goes, let's do our own thing. But it's good to see what other kind of steps that people all over the world have to go through, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I loaded the DX Commander background, and I guess since it's a transparent PNG, or wait a minute. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Ham radio, bringing the world together. I agree with that. Adam.
Right. Yeah, totally. So, but that's it's really cool to have other perspectives on the YouTubers Bunch. Is one of the reasons I like doing those videos. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff on the screen right now, but there's your DX Commander background as requested. It's all good. I say $50 for a lifetime.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. But also, they have them that 10-year expire to help, see who's still active in the hobby and who's actively on the air.
Right.
It's also a way to administer it a bit. But again, yeah, we're just going back to say $50 is too much.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. So, let's see. That's better. So I'm trying to read the chat here. Yeah, somebody's talking about the sound card, the 705. Don is correct. The sound card in the 705 operates just like the 7300, just like the 7200 also. You just plug a USB cable into the computer and into the radio, a straight through USB cable from the radio to the computer. The computer sees it as like a sound device, and then you can go into WSJTX and just say, ICOM. I don't know if they have WSJTX has a preset option for the 705 yet, but just use the 7300. It works. So it's very, very plug and play for doing digital modes on the 705. WinLink, I have not used 705 for WinLink yet. Actually, I haven't even used my 7300 for WinLink yet. The only time I've used WinLink is on a friend's computer radio. They were showing it to me. They're like, "Hey, this is how it works." And I'm like, "This is kind of cool," but I never set it up on my own. I went and registered for a WinLink account like 2 or 3 years ago. I never used it, so I don't know if it's still out there or not. I would like to. I think that's a neat neat thing to have. So somebody in the chat's talking about 7100. Okay, here's a question for the chat. Okay, here's a question for the chat. Does the ICOM IC7100 have a built-in sound card? Do you have to plug? Can you plug? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question. Let me explain why I'm asking. Okay, I have a friend who says that it has one, but he says you have to use something in between the computer and the radio. One of the vendors, not R&L Electronics, one of the vendors that I talk to on a normal basis, I asked them this question. They said, oh, no, the 7100 doesn't have a built-in sound card. See, people in the chat, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. No.
I know. No. Yeah. It's all over the place.
I got to go buy one so that I can test it myself. Oh, my goodness. Yes. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know. So those of you saying yes in the chat, does it interface the same as a 7300? In other words, does it just use one single USB cable from the radio to the computer, and is that all you need? Or do you need some other kind of piece of hardware?
Be a little bit descriptive in the chat. Yes, it takes one cable, because on the chat we know it's 40 seconds behind.
Right, yeah. So, oh, there's Kyle AA0Z. Welcome to the chat, Kyle. Appreciate you being here.
Don says yes.
One cable. Okay, Don, I'm going to take your word for that, and I'm going to try to find a friend that because I mean, I'm this close to buying a 7100 just because, why not? Because I've got every other ICOM in my arsenal right now. I've got a 706 Mark IIG. I've actually got 3 IC7000s. One of them doesn't work. One of them is non-operational. I've got 2 working IC7000s. I've got a 7200. I've got a 7300. I've got a 7700. I've got a 705. So why the heck not? I mean, the 7100 is missing out of that lineup. So, but the 7100, okay, those of you who might be new to the hobby, for all intents and purposes, for as far as modes and features, with the exception of the color screen and the waterfall, the 7100 will do just about everything that the 705 will do, except the 7100 is 100 watts. So if you're looking for a high-powered shack-in-a-box type radio, the 7100 might be a good solution for you. Kyle says he has an IC 76936493, very real. I would have named that a 76534. What's that song? 8675309. Yeah. I would have said I have an IC 8675309. That's what I would have said, but but the 7100 is a good radio. It's got that weird looking face on it, so it's like hard to mount in a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You can't mount the face to the radio, which I think is a little bit dumb, kind of like an FTM 400 or kind of like an ID 5100, which is what I have. But you can, but if you can figure out a place to set it in your car, and I know a guy who has it mounted in his car, he's like, oh, I've got this little console. It fits great in there. Okay, fine. But, yeah, it's if you can get past that, if you can get past the weird looking head on the shape of the head on it, then I mean, it does everything that the 705 does.
It's the awkward. If you set it on a flat surface, the angle the screen is mounted is perfect.
It is, yeah. But for mobile use,
yeah.
How many flat surfaces do you have in your car? I've seen your car.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where to put my face.
Yeah. So doesn't the 7100 have a tripod mount on the bottom? I don't think so. I don't think the 7100 has a tripod mount on it. The 705 does. I'm not sure on that. I don't own a 7100, so I don't know. That's why I was asking the question about the internal sound card. I just replaced my 5100 with the 7100 for the car. Great radio. Kind of not the same thing, Don. My suggestion on that would be put two radios in the car. I mean, I see what you're doing. You've taken a dual band FM radio with D-Star, and you've replaced it with an all mode HF 6 meter, 2 meter 440, which includes dual band FM and D-Star. But now you can't listen to HF and your local repeater at the same time. And you know, sometimes that's a space restriction issue. That's okay. That's okay. Mm-hmm. If that works for you, wonderful. Great. I'm not going to replace my 5100 with a single display HF radio where I have to choose between HF and VHF. That's me. For you, that if that works, then great. So yes, it okay. So it does. So So Don said something about faceplate is perfect with the Lido mount in the cup holder. It's not awkward. I don't like those cup holder mounts. I've got one. I tried to use it. I didn't like it. Number one, I don't have a cup holder down there. Mine's a stick. My truck is a stick shift. I don't like the Lido mount in the cup. I've got 3 or 4 other styles of Lido mounts. Lido mounts are great mounts. Wonderful, wonderful products. I don't particularly care for the cup holder. People are saying, yes, the IC7100 does have a tripod mount on the bottom. I didn't know that. So there you go. That's an option to mount it somewhere, but you still got to find some kind of funky mount somewhere to attach it to the car. And I guess if a cup holder works for you, maybe that's good. Jake, KG5GDM down at the Deerleys, he has his IC2730 in a cup holder mount. That with the face, the IC2730 disconnected from the radio's under the seat, I think. So if you have a cup holder in the right place, then that could work for you. I didn't particularly care for that myself, but that's just me. Use whatever works for you.
All kind of cramped, and everything on the dash is nicely put together. It's just I don't know where I'm going to put a faceplate, and that's what I've been trying to figure out for the last 10 months. I had this car. I need to get a radio back in it. I'm missing it.
You know what? Have you called those guys to?
I did call them. I talked to them. The price they quoted me was pretty decent, but I need to have all the equipment when I go back to the shop.
So did they quote you a price just to put the NMO mount?
The MMO mount and running the wires to get the faceplate installed and pretty much everything. And it was decent. So
do you remember what it was just for the NMO mount by itself?
No.
Okay.
I did not ask. I asked for the full install.
I
go back there and just get it done.
Peter from Sweden, SM4PEL, is joining us. Thank you for being here, Peter. Good to hear you guys from overseas over there.
Mm-hmm. Some other mentions I saw Don Izzo.
Yeah, Izzo's in the chat. Mm-hmm.
And the Smoking Ape.
Oh, is Ape in there? I missed that.
Ape popped up once and said howdy.
Good.
I haven't
seen
him.
I know he's at work today, unless he took the day off. There he is. What kind of honey wagon does Frank drive? Yeah. It's
2020 Honda Civic.
Yeah. And the Honda Civic. I think of a Honda Civic, and your car doesn't look like a Honda Civic. It's all like. It's like everything's circular. Like you sit in it, and the seat is circular, and the dash is circular, and this is circular. And I'm like, there's nowhere to set anything down in this.
And Accords and I forgot what other car, their hybrid, really looked the same in the front and back. I don't know if they were doing that to simplify the design or what, but yeah, they really look the same.
That I did not know that. So okay, sorry, I was distracted by something. Okay, so yeah,
you're fine.
Yes, okay, Smoking Apes in the house. So yeah, so I wonder why so many people think that the 7100 doesn't have a built-in sound card. Because let me tell you this, the 7000, which is probably one of my favorite radios of all time, quite frankly. I was disappointed when they went from the 7000 to the 7100, because at the time, the 7000 was a very popular radio. Its predecessor, the 706 Mark II, 706 Mark II-G, those were popular radios because those were some of the first radios to incorporate an all-mode 2 meter 440 into an HF rig. And I've still got my original 706 Mark IIG. I love it. They made the 7000. They improved the filtering. They added a voice record feature, so you could say CQ Parks on the air, KC5 HWB, and you could record that and just hit the button over and over again. That was the 7000 with the first radio that did that. The 7000 had an I think it was HDMI type port on the back of it, to where you could plug in and you could put a bigger monitor on it and see the display, everything, the signal, the strength meter, and all that kind of good stuff. You could put a bigger screen on it if you wanted to. It was a really, really neat radio. When they went to the 7100, well, originally they jacked the price way up, like they always do. When a new radio comes out, the price is high. Today you can get the 7100 for under $800. Black Friday, I bet you're going to see some cool stuff with that too. But they added, they had the funky beveled face. Mm-hmm. The 7000 had a removable face that you could attach to the radio, or you could remove it and remote mount it with a cable. The 7100 didn't have the option to attach to the radio, and it had that really weird bevel. And yes, it was a bigger screen, and it was touchscreen, I believe. And then it added D-Star. It was, and I got the impression that, oh, we added D-Star, let's jack the price up by 50% over what the 7000 was selling for at the time. And I'm like, I didn't like that. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a good radio. It was a great. I know several people who have one, and they really like it. So it's a great radio. But then when they went to the 7200, they dropped UHF and VHF all mode completely and went back to the whole HF scheme. 72 and 7300 HF only. I think they should have given those two radios different model numbers. Yeah. They shouldn't have made them part of the 7000 series. They should have made them like an 8000 or whatever. But that's just, I don't know.
Don from the chat says he thinks it's because it's a USB mini port to the sound card versus, I believe the other radios are the old school USB component A.
The other radio, the 72 and 7300 are the USB B. It's the square looking one that you see on the back of the printer.
B. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the one that's in fact, I use a printer cable on my 7300 and it works great.
Oh, it's a data cable.
Yeah, that's all it is, data cable. So yeah, Izzo says that he won't give up his 706 either. No, I love the 706. It's great.
Izzo also says he needs to buy me a Good Humor ice cream truck. Great ground plane for antennas. And let's include a freezer full of ice cream. I like that idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, maybe, Don, do you mean mini, when you say mini USB, do you mean that the USB interface on the 7100 is a mini USB port on the radio itself? Mini and micro are not the same. I think you say it's now called a micro B cable. It used to be called a micro USB. No, I'm talking about, gosh, I wish I had it here. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about a micro or mini anything. The port on the back of a 72 and 7300 is a USB B cable. It's the square one that's kind of rounded at the top, but it's really square overall, that goes in the back of most printers. That's the cable that's on the 72 and 7300. But it's, you say it's micro USB, a mini. I don't. The 70, okay, yeah, you have a 7300. Okay, I get that. The 7100 has a micro USB B cable. I don't know what micro USB B is, but okay. The same cable that you plug into like an Android phone prior to USB-C. So yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, because they have a cable called a mini USB. That's a little bit larger than a micro USB. So mini USB is a thing. Micro USB is a thing.
I get those micro and mini kind of always mixed up. Which one's named which?
The old Blackberries used mini USB. That was the standard back then. Then they came out with micro, and everything, Android-wise went to micro USB. A lot of your tablets have micro USB. So
I'm glad they just jumped to USB-C.
Yeah, USB-C. Yeah, USB-C is a little bit
Instead of
better.
Trying to redefine it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because that one will fit in either direction. You know, like
any
you turn
direction, and I think it's magnetized. There's no more clips that hold it in place.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't know about that.
I think.
Yes, Pete in the chat says, the 991A is USB-B, the same as a printer peripheral. Yes. I borrowed a 991A from a friend of mine. Yeah, it was the same cable I used in my 7300.
Ooh, that's a good link in the chat.
So
it labels them all. USB-B is the printer one.
Gotcha.
Mini A and Mini B. I didn't know there was a Mini A and a Mini B, and there's a Micro A and a Micro B.
See, the ones I've seen are the. I wonder if I can screen share this. Hold on a second. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Not that one.
I love you, Daniel. I love USB-C because I'm an idiot and always plug the thing in backwards the first time. Well, then you plug it in backwards, and then you flip it, and you don't get it quite right. And you flip it again, and it's still not quite right.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's go here. All right, so this guy right here, I can't make this any bigger. USB-A, see, USB-B is that square one, but it's got the cut-off edges on the top of it. So USB-A, everybody knows USB-A is standard USB. So Mini A and Mini B, this Mini A is the one I've seen. That's the one that used to be on the old BlackBerry phones. A Mini B with a squared bottom, I don't think I've ever seen that one. And this Micro B, it's strange. They call the Mini B the squared one and the Micro A the squared one. This Micro A I don't think I've seen either. This Micro B is the very, very popular one that's on all Android phones up until just recently. Now it's USB-C. Yeah, so anyway, so this is what, this one that's a B right here. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of, I know it's kind of small on the screen. This one here that's a B. Do that. Mm-hmm. Top center of the page. That's what goes in an ICOM IC72 7300. I think Dawn is saying that this Mini A here is what goes in the 7100. He said the same one as a BlackBerry, so I don't know. It's one of them. It's all
today
good.
in computer.
So right, yeah. Today and crap that only hams talk about. So it is the Mini B on the chart. Okay, good to know. Mini B on the chart. Okay, interesting. Very confusing. Yes, B. Yeah. Welcome to the USB chat. Kevin, I'd like to know where Callum is also. Callum and I traded emails, and we agreed on a time today. And again, I might have given him the wrong time, although I don't think I did, because I told him 6 p.m. today. So he might have had something that came up. I don't know. But I sent him an email this morning. He replied. He goes, okay, what time is that for me? And I said, it's UTC -5, so I believe that's 6 p.m. for you. And when we started this live stream here, I Googled what time is it in London right now, and it was 6 p.m. So I told him the right time. So I don't know. He might have had something come up. Clickbait. Smoking Ape says it's clickbait.
It wasn't clickbait. It was planned.
It was planned. Yeah. I'll have to go back and change the
change the title.
No, I have to change the title and the thumbnail.
So what
Put it back.
What are you drinking there?
This is just a Bang energy drink. Yeah.
I can't hold anything up. I got nothing on my desk. I have the whiskey from the other night still on my desk.
Oh yeah.
But since we're all go back to work.
We're all at work. Yeah. Is Baofeng designing all this different plugs? It's turned into a. That's a good outlook on it. That's a good. Do you have? Okay, this is a good question. Do you have a suggestion for an inexpensive HT for P25? No, the words inexpensive and P25 do not belong in the same sentence. Honestly. Having said that, Google EF Johnson P25 on eBay, or maybe Facebook buy sell trade groups. Still probably going to pay $200 to $300 for it, maybe $150. But yeah, EF Johnson makes a good monoband, either 2 meters or 440. P25 HT. I've got a couple of them somewhere. Oh, there's one right there.
While you do that, Ford Dog says Callum just got off his chat on his channel, and he just released a video a couple minutes ago.
I saw him. I saw a video for him post. I didn't know if it was a premiere or what it was. This is an EF Johnson P25. This one's UHF. So you could definitely hurt someone.
What's the difference? P25 I know is a different digital codec, but briefly, what's unique about it? Or do you?
You know, it's a commercial. It's more of a commercial standard than DMR is. Some people say it sounds better. I think it sounds really close to the same to me as DMR. It's very similar to DMR and Fusion. But yeah, it's a commercial standard. DMR is a commercial standard, so it's just I don't know. I don't know what the
is it time frequency shifted or
phase 2 is. P25 phase 2 is TDMA with dual time slots, the same as DMR is. P25 phase 1 is actually very, very similar to Yaesu System Fusion.
Okay.
So, EF Johnson, Kyle. Blurs out EF Johnson. Why is P25 so expensive? I guess because they can sell it to cities and states, and they'll pay that much.
P25 is used in a lot of first responder emergency stuff.
Right.
Okay, the producer says his firefighters are using P25 and they hate it. They went back to VHF. Hey, nothing wrong with good analog.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, that is certainly true. Oh, wow, I was running 300 watts on FT8 on my DX Commander this morning. 15 meters is open to Europe. Hey, that is fun to hear. Cool, I may have to check 15 meters tomorrow morning.
Don, it says they wanted the encryption to keep the public in dark.
Oh, that's probably true. Now, you can encrypt DMR also, so why they're choosing P25 systems over DMR, I don't know. But there's a lot of licensing behind P25. It's more secure in the fact that you have to license P25, and DMR is more of an open source. So, there's that, I guess. Been running 15 most of the day. Oh, okay. So 15 meters is up. Cool. I took my antenna down yesterday, my HF antenna down yesterday, and I'm working on putting up a new. Well, I put up a new dual band antenna that's on top of the same mast as my HF antenna, and I'm working on building a new off-center fed dipole. Y'all are going to see that upcoming.
That's going to be fun. Any videos in the pipe that you want to talk about?
Yeah. So let me.
While you look that up, I'm planning on shooting my next video this coming Saturday morning with antennas, and I'm going to take the stance of what I plan to do with my antenna to set up my antenna once I get it, and show you the temporary antennas and other type of antennas I have used in the past. You could probably stretch that out to a good 13-minute episode.
Yeah.
So, something I realized, I probably knew of it, but it did not click on how critical it was when my video premiered the last time. That 2-minute window.
Yeah.
Because I had my video cut to 14 minutes.
Right.
I was like, oh man, did I mess that up now?
Right.
Because I thought that 2-minute window would be starting at 2 minutes till your video.
No, it starts at your start time. Yeah. Yeah, so the 2-minute countdown is that's why we're always in the chat. We're always talking about the ape dance. It's like my video today is 16 minutes plus the ape dance, so it's actually like 18 minutes.
I never got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
did you get that pulled up for us?
I lost my train of thought. What was I looking up?
Future videos in the pipe.
Oh yeah. So okay. So
talk about or hint
so
at?
so all of my patrons and all of my patrons and my YouTube members. That's the word I'm looking for. Currently have access to these, but tonight, I think tonight. Yeah, tonight is going to premiere the next episode of the YouTubers Bunch. We talk about what are our goals in ham radio. What are we working towards? What are we striving towards? What are we doing? It's a little bit over. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long, so it's a longer episode, which a lot of the YouTubers Bunch episodes are like that. But it's a good discussion. I mean, when we sit down and record videos, I usually say, okay, we need to keep this to 30 minutes, and then like 90 minutes later, we're still talking. I'm like, yeah, but it's all good. It's all good discussion. I mean, some people don't watch the whole thing, and that's okay. But yeah, so tonight is that one. New shopping video will post on Friday. And next Monday, which I actually just uploaded this one yesterday. Yeah. Okay, I was looking to see what Kyle was talking about. Best HF radio for under $1,000.
That's a good topic.
Best HF radio for under $1,000. I went through and made a video, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and did some research about radios that I thought were a good starting point if you're trying to look at a certain price point and whatnot. That's one reason because in that video I ask, okay, tell me who has an IC7100 and if it has an internal sound card, yes or no, because I keep getting conflicting information on it. So even from a vendor, I was like, hey guys, you guys sell this radio. Does this have, they're like, no, it doesn't have a built-in sound card. Okay, well, somebody told me it did. And then Steve, W5HK Steve from the Hearst Club, he was talking about it one time. I was like, dude, does that, he goes, yeah, it does, but you have to have like a thing in line with it. And I'm like, you mean like a sound card, like a Brig Blaster or something? He goes, no. He goes, like, I forget what he told me, but he might have been talking about like if it's got a funky USB port on it, like a mini USB port or whatever it is. Maybe he was talking about an adapter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was talking about an adapter.
Yeah. So maybe he was, I don't think he was understanding what I was asking. And I didn't understand I didn't understand what he was talking about. At the time, I didn't understand what he was talking about. So I'm like, well, maybe I can, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. So, boom. I was working with some guys yesterday. Goal for ham radio, causing RF. Yeah, causing RF is a good thing. Once I get a DX Commander up and running, I'll be joining your group to represent. Oh, good. Okay. Rusty says, my goal is to obtain my general license. I have to deal with a bit of ADD. Well, hey, man, good luck to you. That's a good goal to have. My goal is to obtain my extra license, and we've been waiting on that. I don't have my extra license yet, so.
Yeah, I feel you, Rusty, on the ADD part. Jimmy says, Jimmy says his goal is to get an extra license.
Yeah.
So
good.
That's
yeah.
a good goal. Same
here. Yeah. So Bob says, thanks for the Nano VNA SA2. Oh, Bob was one of the ones that won the Nano SAA2 in the giveaway last Sunday. Bob, have you received that already? I know that we traded some emails with Roger from RNL on that. Let me know if you've got that already. So that one that I've got is sitting over there. It's waiting to go get shipped out. Shipping that one to the Smoking Ape. So I really think that the under 1,000 idea really should include the antenna too, which makes the choice harder. Yes and no. See, the cool thing about, antennas are, you could build your own antenna for almost nothing. I mean, you just get a wire, get a matching unit, build a Ballon, find a Ballon used at a Hamfest for $5. So really, this video was more about what radios were available and what and kind of how they compared to each other on a high-level overview. So the antenna idea is a good one. It's just it wasn't part of this video. Maybe I can do something for that next time. It's not a bad plan there. Okay, Bob says he hadn't received his Nano VNA yet. He got a tracking. Good deal. What is the learning curve on the Nano VNA? You know what? Go out there to YouTube and look up the channel called The Smokin' Ape. Ape's been on my channel a lot of times, and we did a premiere together. Not a premiere, but we did a pre-recorded video together about the Nano VNA H4 using the Nano VNA Saver software, which is installed on a Windows computer. But Ape has several other videos on his channel about different styles of Nano VNA, different options on each one. The learning curve is small, but it is a curve. I mean, yeah, the menus are pretty straightforward. If you've ever used an antenna analyzer, you probably won't have an issue with it. If you're learning how to use an antenna analyzer, then there's a learning curve there, but that's true for every analyzer as well. That's my opinion. So, let's see. 7100. Yeah, Steve. USB. Okay. Yes, KO4 AFL. Yeah, we were kind of talking about that a minute ago, and I think everybody's on the same page now with the 7100 and the sound card. I think, except for me because I don't have one, but I think we're all on the same page now about what it will actually do. That's funny.
The Noel joined us.
The Noel, I see him in there.
Thank you for coming around. So something I'm going to be looking into, probably won't be doing a video, but I'm going to start looking at buying an HF antenna and get that. And then I want to start exploring SDR radios.
Okay.
Do more setup videos like I posted on the PiStar of how I finally got it up and running. And playing with that instead of trying to get a big, HF radio. Start playing with those SDR radios. They're much cheaper, and I think, in my opinion, might be a little bit more fun using the computer.
Depending on what you're trying to do, yeah.
Well, the goal will be getting on the HF bands.
Right, yeah. Right. So, I mean, there's multiple ways to do that. So,
and that'd be fun to explore.
Right. Hold on a second. I got a message here I got to reply to.
Yeah. I'll take it over for a little bit here.
Go ahead.
Tim says his first antenna was a dipole, maybe about 40 meters. That's a good band. I'm thinking about a fan dipole, setting up in the backyard with some PVC pipe and an inverted B. Don't know how that's going to work. That's just my thoughts. Cheap, easy, and just get it thrown up. I'm not even going to be running the wires too long, but I will talk about that more on the video up and coming next month.
Cool.
You back?
So you're going to put up an antenna before you get a radio?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we've talked about this before. I don't remember if we've talked about it on video or not. But if you put up an antenna, I'll get you a radio. I mean, I have several radios. You're welcome to borrow one or two of them. See what you like until you can afford to buy your own. I don't really want to give anything away right now, or I don't want to sell anything right now. But
most definitely, I'll borrow something.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like I've got several radios that are just sitting around that I'm not using right now. So it's not like I'm going to give it to you and say, okay, I want it back in a month. I mean, you can kind of use it indefinitely. So.
Yeah, we all seen the setup behind your green curtain there.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got from Don says the Hermes Light 2.0 is a great SDR radio. I got that on the list, and I think I saw a couple other comments about fan dipoles.
Yeah, Don really likes that Hermes Light. I tried to get one of those a while back, and I have a story behind that. I don't really want to Hold on.
No, build it and the radios will come.
Right. Okay, I think Callum's going to join us.
All right.
So I'm watching for that. So that's what I was typing to just now.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Yeah, Noel's right. Saw Jason Ham Shack video and it was really nice. Yeah, I'm working on a second part of the Ham Shack video, which includes the antenna I was working on yesterday. So look forward to that. Give Frank the EF Hutton radio. Whatever, Kyle. Doofus. So
Adam says use SDR Play to practice decoding digital signals.
Yeah.
That sounds fun because I would like to start mixing, programming in amateur radio.
Right.
Who is that? Who's that?
It's the nutcase here. Hang on, let me wind my volume up a bit.
That's a little bit better.
Oh, shit. What a prick I am. Are we live, are we?
Yeah, we're live.
Yes.
So
oh, man.
Let's
keep
get
with
that
the
Bob
guys. I'm really
out.
sorry about this.
Keep with the language, buddy. That's all right. Bob's been on the channel. You can't do any more harm than he can. So.
Oh, really?
Which Bob are we talking about here?
UDA. No, K6 UDA Bob. All right. Hey, Frank, I'm going to kick you out, and we're going to talk to Callum for a bit.
Yeah, it's about that time anyway. So 7-3 all. He's drinking wine already.
It's 6. It's 7 p.m. where he's at. He's allowed.
It's actually 1862 port.
Oh, port. I love port. I love a good port.
No, it's 21 years old actually. Frank, hello, goodbye, mate.
Hello and goodbye. Y'all
right.
take it easy. I'm gonna head back to the office. Well, pick up the laptop and continue to go on.
All right, bud. Thanks for joining.
No problem. Catch y'all later.
See you, mate.
So what's going on, Callum? I'm sorry if we got our lines crossed about which day it was.
It's normally my fault.
Well, you're good. You're good. So yeah, I do these live streams at noon my time on Wednesdays, and we just kind of I call it a lunchtime live stream. We just kind of get together and talk about whatever. It's very unstructured.
Yeah, sure.
But I thought it might be a good time to get you on because
right.
because you're later than we are, so I thought it might be for your day it might be good. So
I'm an hour late.
That's okay. That's all right. You know what? I'll do? I'll probably go back after we're done today and cut out the section with just you in it and put it up as a second video, so we can do that a little bit better. But we got 125 people watching right now. We've just been talking about we've been talking about HF radios and DX Commander antennas primarily. So
you can't beat that.
Right,
that's a good. It's a good combination.
No doubt.
Okay, so I'll give you a little status update if you're on.
Okay, yeah. Well, you might start from the beginning because I've watched your video about your move, but I don't know that everyone has. So
yeah, good point.
Yeah. So brief synopsis.
Okay, so I've got a small, call it a unit. Is that a good enough expression? Little mini factory down in a little place called Lapworth in Warwickshire, the middle of England, and it turns out that on one frequency on high power, I could throttle back the internet on the guy's internet that I was borrowing. So I explained that to him and said, do you mind if I try and fix it? But actually, it just unleashed a set of circumstances that blew the lid off everything. And to cut quite a long story short, the landlord, not the guy whose internet was being interfered with, if you like, although I've recently put a new field in operation with my antennas, and I know for a fact that's over 100 meters away, yards. It probably wouldn't have interfered with him at all. And in fact, I've just had some internet installed, and it didn't interfere with that. So anyway, you're probably, same in the USA, we're a licensed activity when we transmit, and if their kit is being interfered with, effectively, it's a bloody problem. But I'm on private land. I don't have a contract. My aerials are what they call grace and favour. So in other words, there's no contract for it. Do you mind if I use that field to put my aerials in, my antennas? The farmer says yes. So very sort of cap in hand is an expression, sheepish, being a farmer. He said, look, Callum, it's a no-go. You're going to take these antennas down. because since you stopped transmitting, their computers have booted up faster. Right.
I mentioned that part to everybody on the chat earlier, and people couldn't quit laughing at that. So yeah,
leave it. Their computers are better. The PDQ machines are working faster. Internet's quicker. Right now, because no one from my team will see this, I set for that week to prove a point. I set a small antenna in the field on an auto repeat on Ham Radio Deluxe Digital Master 780. So that every 60 seconds it would send out testing, 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 M0 MCX, M0 MCX, testing, testing, stop, shut down. And I wound the linear up. And it really warmed the workshop up. And I left that run. It's been running today. I just left that running. And so I've got a funny feeling if I stop my 1500 watts RTTY, that their internet's going to fall over. But to be honest with you, I had literally just finished putting the antenna field together. There's a huge playlist on the internet. We dug up the road, got a coax in, everything. I had 72 hours of that antenna field before this guy, fellow called Matt Wiseman, actually literally blew his top. I thought he was going to have a heart attack. So he agreed, Jason, that he would have a chat, raise a ticket with Ofcom, which is, what's in the USA? Is it the FCC? Is that your governing?
Yeah, that's the governing body. Yeah, FCC.
So, you can quite have this. Just complain about me, because that will set a chain of events on so that the supplier of the internet knows what they're dealing and will just fix it, right? But he didn't want to do that. So being an antenna manufacturer, I need somewhere to be able to test out my antennas. And if I literally can't even raise one in the air, well, I've got a secret one in the field at the moment doing my 1500 watts RTTY. I had to find somewhere else. So we've already had one offer. We've been to see, actually it was another amateur. In fact, he called me today. He's got a concrete pad we could put a container on and other stuff. But I want to grow a little bit bigger than that maybe. So we're talking to another proper, big 1,000 square feet, bit more actually.
Okay.
And I've said as part of the deal, I want at least 2 tennis courts, because there's loads and loads of land around there. 2 tennis courts, size-wise, minimum, for putting antennas up. So they're very amenable to that, and I happen to know that they've called my landlord because they know him. And Kevin came to see me today, so just to let you know, they called me today. And I put in a good word for you. So
good.
The only thing I'm worried about, Jason, is that I was planning a move maybe next year or the year after, and I've got 900 DX Commander poles arriving sometime next week or the week after, which is all paid for. I want to put an order in for the 12 meter, the 18 meter poles, 100 or 200 of them. Just a bit worried about cash flow now, but anyway, with the power of the internet, maybe I could raise $10,000 just to get us over the peak, because the new landlord's going to want a deposit as well, aren't they? In a nutshell, that's it. I can't win, by the way. Somebody says, oh, if you move out, you've lost. And I thought, well, actually, if I move out and get the right place, I've won. Really, that's a different way of looking at it, isn't it?
So that when I watched your video, I think it was the one that said, we're moving, let me explain why, or something similar to that. And I was under the impression that farm, you always refer to the farm and the lamb cam and all that kind of good stuff, right? I thought that was like an extension of your home where you lived.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, quite a lot of the videos I talk about my landlord, Kevin.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I've never insinuated that I've owned the bloody farm.
Well, no, I didn't think you owned the farm, but I thought maybe you were renting everything there.
I see what you mean. I've got literally 300 square feet down there.
Okay.
Which is, a bit bigger than a large shoebox.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's just basically your shop where you build the antennas, and of course you've got HF set up there, and then
But all the HF, you see, I've had to switch off.
Right.
Officially.
But where do you do YouTube from?
Now I'm just at home.
Okay.
And that's forced me. Behind me here, you can probably see there's a small 12-volt linear amplifier and a TS 590 SG, and I've got some big batteries on the floor. I've got a 12-volt station ready, and we're going to do some portable work. And it's kind of a kick to get out to the hills and have a little play.
Yeah.
But it's quite exciting if you think about it. If somebody said to you, look, you know, that you've got a budget, go away, find 1,000 square feet, negotiate with the landlord, get some land, put some antennas up. It was actually a bit of a big ask, if you know what I mean. But I found this place in the country, and I've leapfrogged to the top of the list. And they said the next one that comes available, you know, I mean, that's going to be within 6 months to a year. I'll definitely have it.
Okay.
They've also got a planning application. I don't know if you'd have that in the USA. Stop people building stuff all the time. You know, there's regulations about what
zoning, like zoning regulations. Sure. Yeah, we have that.
They've got an application in to put an extension on one unit, which and the end one would be perfect, literally perfect. I'd be right in the corner of the estate and right next to the field, and I'll be able to put some really nice, you know, it's flat, level, it's quite high up, it's line of sight, although it's 6 miles away, it's line of sight to my house, so I can put a 5 gig link in, which I've always wanted to do. I just think it's the coolest thing ever to remote control the station with your own microwave link. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, totally. So
a ton of videos coming up, but I'll probably be next year, I would have thought. I mean, I've one released tonight, bit of a shit one to be honest, but I've got 6 in the pot at the moment.
Okay.
I've never had 6 in the pot before, but on Sunday I rattled a load of stuff off. I had a really nice, you might know Rolly, ZL1.
Yes,
sure. I had a couple of hours on Zoom with him. We split that into a couple of videos as well. So, to be honest, Jason, it was quite tough for me. A couple of sleepless nights thinking about where I mean, that 18-meter nebula, as we call it, or nebula.
Nebula, yeah. People are commenting nebula in the chat.
I can't even fit that in my garden, so I can't even test it. I'm not allowed to even erect it to put a meter on the bottom of it.
Wow.
Because that's how psychologically. And of course, the burglar alarm repairman, whatever he is, maintenance man, he told Matt, oh, yes, all your problems are going to be him. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, no science. I think the postman might have said it as well, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned that earlier about you had said that, our computers are booting up much faster when...
Since he stopped transmitting.
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. It actually reminds me of a story, right? We, James and I do a bit of web hosting and stuff, and we had a customer that was really awkward in the centre of Birmingham, right in the centre of Birmingham they were. And they were as thick as Matt were, right? So although we did their website, they would phone me about anything, right? Anything that had a computer on the end of it. They used to phone me for some sort of service. And I always remember them. A girl phoned me and said, hello, can we reset our door entry alarm? A door entry system keypad.
Okay.
I said, well, why are you calling me? He said, well, you deal with everything technical. No, we only do your plumbing website. Oh, right.
The website.
And the other one they called me for, they said, our website's down. I said, oh, let me have a look, you know. Okay, well, I mean, I haven't done any analysis yet, but it's up for me. How do you know it's down? Well, because we can't get to it. And then she said, I don't know if this helps, but we haven't got internet either.
Gee, I wonder
well, if you haven't got internet, all your websites are going to be down.
Yeah.
Can you get to the BBC? No. Well, there we go.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, I spent about 10 or 12 years in IT. Some of the stories you get
did
are
you?
just, God, yeah.
There's some great phone calls you get.
Yes, yeah, great phone calls. Absolutely.
I have wanted to get in my car. In fact, a couple of times I have actually got in my car. I thought it's going to be quicker just for me to drive there and fix it.
Right.
That's a fantastic T-shirt you've got on, Johnson.
Oh, don't you like that one? I wore that for you today, man. See? Do you see my background also?
Well, I can't because I'm on Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You've got.
I've got your cheap background.
You've got the Yeah, well, on YouTube, it's your purple DX Commander background. So,
is it the room here?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same one that you passed around to all the other guys here. I think so.
That is very fun. Listen, yeah. I don't know how to apologize enough.
Don't worry about it.
For some reason, I thought it was lunchtime, and then it was tomorrow. And,
no, it's fine. It's lunchtime for me, but I knew it was evening time for you. I thought it might be easier for you to do it evening time.
Perfect, to be honest.
Yeah.
I could have just. I've been this move thing when you've got people like the burglar alarm maintenance man reassuring the customer that it's because of my ham radio transmissions.
Yeah.
I drive along in the car sometimes, and I think of various debates and arguments that all of us should have. I mean, like if you're listening to station A on VHF.
Yeah.
And then you turn a tuning dial and you now listen to station B, right? You've changed your receiver's frequency, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can't listen to both at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like as you move, then you've got to wait a while before it changes. Because his other argument was...
Oh, I remember you saying this.
But your transmissions on Friday, all the energy stays around in the lines. And it can come out at any time over the next couple of weeks.
So you transmit on Friday and the RF stays there for like 3 days before it finally dissipates.
Bang, and out it comes just when he's trying to do some financial transaction. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Somebody said that they should patent the technology because it'd be worth a fortune.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It's just been dealing with idiots. Basically, somebody, I mean, how many people have told me on my channel, you've probably seen them, you can't reason with stupid. You just can't.
Yeah, they're not going to...
The trouble is with stupid people, they think bright people are as stupider than they are.
Yeah, that's true. You can't, I mean, if oh gosh, one time I was when I was in college, I worked at Walmart for like a year or something like that. You guys have Walmarts over there?
No, we don't, but we watch enough telly to know that you have Walmarts.
Okay. Walmarts are they're in like 75 countries around the world. But
okay.
Anyway, so we had Walmart one time, and I had an HT sitting on the counter back in the back where I worked, and I would just listen to the local repeater, which was just a few miles down the road.
Sure, nice.
And they had these wireless scanners that they'd go along and they'd scan all the inventory in the store, and they'd do inventory counts with them, and they were wireless. They had little scanning buttons and the red scanner lights that came out of them, and with the antennas on the back of them, like an infrared thing.
Yes.
And they kept getting interference from something. And they tried to blame my ham. They said, "Oh well, since yours is a ham radio, you're the one interfering." And I'm like, "You've literally got 100 people in the store walking around, managers, customer service agents, whatnot, walking around with HTs, just like mine, on a commercial band, doing the exact. And you think me listening to a local repeater receiving is interfering with all that? You've got 100 people with HTs in the store, and I've got my one over here."
Yeah,
and it's crazy. And they're like, no. Since yours is a ham radio, that's the one causing the interference. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, give me a break. So
please.
Oh
Jesus.
Boy, but well, cool, man. Well,
anyway, so what's else is new? Well, Mike and Zero MSN made me 10 high-powered end-fed contraption boxes.
Okay.
Right? Half waves. So I was going to put that up last weekend and blast that with a bit of power and just live stream, say, on 17 meters or something. Ideally, it needs to be like on 40 meters, and then at least you can get all the multiples. Or put one on 80, and then you can get 80, 40, 20, 15, 10,
right.
So that's quite good fun. So even though I don't have my antenna field, I might be able to just force myself to have a bit of fun, because that's the see. It's probably a bit like you these days, actually, Jason. It's like Ham Radio 2.0. Is that I don't know where my life stops and YouTube starts, or is it just the same? Is it just is DX Commander the little mini factory, the YouTube, and what I do, and how I miss my meetings. Everything rolls into one. It's just my life. So I don't actually do everything for economic gain. You know, I just do it because that's what I've done. You know, So it's not like, oh, I will use this DX Commander antenna because of that. I just think, I mean, well, it's like the big doublet I used to run on 80 meters. I mean, well, actually, I do sell those, but I just do stuff, you know, because hey, occasionally I did a video not so long ago, and it's earned me $150.
Really?
I was thinking of retiring. How much do I earn? Well, there was the new algorithm that came out on YouTube, which force-fed everybody to have a mid-roll.
Right.
So halfway through your video, it would stop, and it would force an advert down their neck, right? And I didn't know. Next, whatever. You know?
Right.
And I actually uncheck those now because I just think, well, So, but the month it came out, I did £500, which is about $700.
Yeah,
it's quite a lot for my channel, you know.
Right.
I normally do about half that.
Okay. All right.
But it all counts, you see. You know, we got to eat.
Right.
Even if I am a lord.
Yeah, those mid rolls. Sometimes I have some people that come along some of my videos. It's mostly the live streams. It's the longer videos that they put a bunch of mid rolls in there. And sometimes, you know, they'll start the video and there'll be an ad at the front, and then the video will start playing after the ad, and then there'll be another ad like 2 minutes in. They're like, "Why did you put those up?" I'm like, "I didn't do that.
Yeah,
it did that by itself." But I can go in there and change it. So I go in there and I like, okay, leave the one at the beginning, and then don't put another one in for like half an hour or something like that. So you can go in there and fairly easily change that. But yeah, I know what you're saying about them just kind of pushing all that down to you.
On a live stream, it doesn't insert adverts when you're actually live. Is that right?
You know, I think that used to be true, but they changed that because I used to just click monetization on all my videos, including the live streams. And I noticed that some people have started to come in, and I noticed this with other people, other YouTubers I watch live. If I click on, and when I first click on the live stream, it goes live in 2 minutes, and the live stream will start, and I'll get an ad, and I can skip past it, not a big deal. And I'm like, so I think they changed that. So now what I do today is when I create a pre-planned live stream, I turn monetization off. I just turn it all off.
I see. Yeah,
and
to
then
give the viewer a free ride,
right?
You know.
Yeah. And then I'll turn it on after the fact, like probably on this one, I'll turn it on like tomorrow or something, so that people watch on the replay will get the ads. But I don't want ads coming up when I'm live streaming. That seems really kind of dumb.
No, and it would ruin it for them as well.
Yeah,
they still get the live chat. I mean, that's interesting. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know. They changed something here not too long ago where because it didn't used to do that, and I'm like.
No.
I'm like, I don't know. YouTube's always growing and expanding. It's a good thing overall, but you know, you got to kind of keep up with the changes. Sometimes that's challenging.
But a lot of people must think we earn a fortune. By the way, congratulations on your 50,000 subs, mate.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. Now, how long have you been going at this?
5.5 years.
Yeah, okay. So I checked not so long ago. I've been going hard on YouTube because I used to write a lot. And I've stopped my writing, you see.
Yeah.
Although I've been making videos,
right,
odds and ends. But then the day, it was about 3 years ago when I thought I'm going to do. It was October actually, 3 years ago. I thought I'm going to do this properly because I like it.
Right.
It's and I can talk to people who understand me. Some of them. There's always one or two, Jason.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when I said I'm moving. Let me explain. You know, I had an outpouring. I had an email from a guy saying, you know, I've got 9 acres of land 2 miles from the farm at the moment. Come and talk to us, and that's an opportunity we've got. You know. I wouldn't have had that had I not been on YouTube. I would have just had to suffer in silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to be a particular character because we still get all the nutters, don't we?
Right.
That come along and go, yeah, it's like the Nebula. I had a guy saying, how much? Oh, it's Wendy through. You all right, Wendy? You calling me for dinner? All right. Oh, you'll never sell any of those. And I sold 12 overnight.
Oh, wow.
On the launch.
Wow.
I haven't given it a proper test myself. Where the hell were we? Oh, yeah, YouTube, 50,000. So, in fact, you've averaged, although this year's probably been a bit quicker, and so has mine.
This year it's exploded. I started this year in January. In January, I had either 28 or 29,000 subs. I've almost doubled that number in 2020.
Yeah. Well, I've almost doubled as well, you see.
See, there you
go.
So
I've got to nearly 30,000 from about 16.
I never suspected that would... I mean, of course, all this COVID stuff that happened, nobody ever... We didn't know what was in store for 2020. New Year's Eve 2019, we had no idea what was planned for us this year. So,
I know, mate.
So, I mean...
I watch more YouTube as well.
I do, too.
Interesting enough, I don't watch a lot of ham radio on YouTube.
Oh, really? I try to watch...
I get enough of it talking directly to you. I've got Discord groups coming out my ears.
Yeah.
And so when I just want downtime, because the trouble is, if I watch ham radio YouTube, I go, that's a good idea. I've got to make some notes.
I do that all the time. All the time. I
don't want to watch. Yeah. Oh, Jason's got a really good video coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't watch it, man. I just want to chill out tonight.
I do the same thing, man. I watch you smoke.
Because I'm a creator, I
know it, yeah. Smoke and Ape will do something. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I should write that down. And I'll see something on Josh's channel. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And the other thing is, you get a small creator, he'll email me, I've done this video, you got to watch it. But what he doesn't realize is that there is more than 25 hours of ham radio content uploaded every day.
Right.
I can't actually watch it.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. That's
With all the live streams and everything. It might be just about possible. It's probably 23 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I've got to sleep.
I know it. Yeah. I know it. Yeah. I was like, at some point in time, I got to go to sleep, but I've got to where I've done some, I got some new Bluetooth earbuds that are just one in each ear. So they don't even have a thing around my head. It's just one little piece in each ear. And I've gotten to where I'll go out and I'll do yard work or I'll do something and I'll set my phone on YouTube and I'll just hit play and I'll just listen to it. Sometimes I'll have the phone set up like this, sometimes like this. You can have a look. And if they say something, I'm like, oh, what are they talking about? And I'll look up. But generally, I'm just listening to it, and I'm like,
I do that when I'm working, like making up 100 SO239 assemblies or drilling plates out.
Yeah.
I just fire up. I go to TED Talks actually, and fire a button up. Oh, that's good. The psychology of happiness. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. And, yeah.
You can probably hear my family laughing.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
The soundproof door shut, but then I left. It just auto plays whatever YouTube thinks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can get into all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, the happiness thing I found very interesting, and I also found it interesting because there's a lot of people who end up in a rut, don't they, in ham radio? It's like I do 20 meters. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's what I do, and I'm good at that, and I know what it's going to do, and I know how it's going to behave, but I'm bored shitless, I was about to say, but anyway. How to enjoy and how to think about the future of ham radio in your own world, I think it's a little video I'd like to do, but effectively, when I've ever been bored with ham radio, before I was on YouTube, because I'm not bored anymore, because I'm always thinking up new stuff, and it stretches me, takes me out of my comfort zone all the time. It's like putting this together over here. Last time I was bored, thinking, I thought, what can I do? And then I realised you could send an email actually over HF, right, using WinLink and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that was, I think I've only ever sent the one. And it was to me. But, I'm telling you people out there who are watching this, if you're in a bit of a rut, find something new. It's like FT8. We all know what it sounds like and how it works and everything. But I spent about 2 hours on FT8, Sunday I think it was, on 15 meters. And I'm still a bit unsure of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just you don't want to look a bit of a Charlie, do you? So you
Right.
think, oh, how should I? Do I press this button? Is it automatic? Oh my God, it is! You know, I just want someone to hold my hand sometimes. It's like I haven't called CQ on the new version of JT WSJT X.
Just going back to people. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? But it's getting out your comfort zone a little bit. Listening to a guy talk about an HF set in the car. Sorry, I'm not talking too much, am I, Jason?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm making fantastic content for your channel.
That's right. Yeah. That's all good, man.
Listening to a guy on 40 meters, he was chatting to his mate in Germany, and I could hear both sides. So I must have had propagation to both of them, and they were both English speakers. And he was saying how he doesn't understand contesters. He thinks they should be banned. And all this. An old fella, you could tell he was old because he was talking like an old man.
Right.
And that's just a show. I know it's very polarizing, this whole contesty, non-contesty thing. But you talk to some people, they go, oh, I love the big contest. I go on 80 meters to talk to my mates. Oh, and a couple of times a year, it's rammed, isn't it? On a Sunday morning. Absolutely rammed. So, oh, well, I'll just join in the melee, don't they? And that's the right thing. Oh, I'll just roll off a few, you know. Because some of these guys who go to these nets, I'm sure they probably don't realise it. The VFR's locked solid. Because they've never haven't been using it. It's like, oh, doesn't fucking move. Mine is a free spinning VFO, ladies and gentlemen. So should yours be.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, for sure. Oh,
I'm
gosh.
pouring the pants off, Jason. Poor him.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time.
And this is without a script.
You're right. Yeah, that's the best kind. Rag chew.
Yeah, it is.
It's just rag chew.
Yeah.
So,
Very good.
Somebody said, "Hey, wondering if there's such a thing as a DMR contest." No, I've never heard of that.
Or an FT8 contest.
FT8 contest exists. They have a couple.
Okay, does it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did one last. I think it was January.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So it was just.
By the way, is there any good chat? Any questions we can answer? Might be some ridiculous stuff, but we might as well ask.
They're talking about how if you're bored in ham radio, you're not doing enough. There's too many facets so it's impossible to be bored in ham radio, like you were saying. I'm like, yeah, that's what I think too.
I'm glad most people think like that.
Yeah. So let's see.
What have you not done in ham radio, Jason? Have you done any satellites?
I have not done satellites. No.
Did you?
Well, I take that back.
Video about something the other day.
No, that was Josh.
Josh, that's right.
We did, and I say we. I helped. I was holding the antenna for the guy making satellite contacts when we were in Costa Rica last time. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't make any myself, but
right, so I was kind of
part of the group, I guess. But yeah.
Was it all digital or was that voice?
It was voice. It was voice.
Cool.
Yaesu FT 857, I think it was.
Okay. And then did he run a piece of software to change the frequency slid?
Yes.
Or was it all manual?
No, he did. I think he was running software. He had it connected to his laptop.
Right.
So yeah.
Because I seem to remember running Ham Radio Deluxe satellite option, and you pick the satellite and you go, I want to connect it, and all of a sudden you've got your two VFOs going.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like blooming hell.
Yeah, and you can get
because the speed of light isn't fast enough.
You can get tripod mounts that'll track the Earth. You know, what's that called? Doppler or something. So it follows the satellite.
That's right.
That's really like that SatNog stuff. I think does that. That's really kind of slick the way they do that.
What about Earth, Moon, Earth?
That I've never done. Never done that.
So G0MTN Lee got a 9-element tonner or something. Nice bit of coax, only about 20 foot long, and a preamp. And he ran 100 watts JT65 at the moon and got a reply.
From how far away?
From the moon.
Well, okay.
250,000 miles.
Well,
he put it on YouTube. He's only ever done one video, I think, and it was that one.
Oh gosh, that was
really funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Earth, Moon, Earth.
Earth, Moon.
So is there anything else you've not done? What about 160? Have you ever given that a blast?
I have done some. I think we did some FT8 on 160 when we were in Costa Rica. We did 630 meters. We did some whisper on 630 meters. That was fun.
How did you get on, by the way, on the map, on your whisper map? Do you remember how far you stuff?
Well, again, we at the time, you had to have a special license in the USA to get on 630. But that didn't apply in Costa Rica. So that's another thing we did from Costa Rica. We strung up this it was like 935 foot antenna, just a wire, and with this really funky matching unit and transverter in the middle. And then we got on 10 meter. I think it was 10 meters with the radio.
A lot of the transverters work on 10, don't they?
And we did, and it was, I mean, it was all over. I mean, we were pointed kind of, I guess we're pointed kind of north, but we got several replies from North and South America, both as far up as Canada, a lot in the southern USA. I think we got a couple of replies from Europe, I want to say. This was 2 or 3 years ago. It was fun though. I was just fun to say, hey, it works. What do you know? That's cool.
That's nice.
So,
and that's what people should give it a go at, really. Give it a go.
Right.
That is Rowley's ZL1BQD's favourite expression when I'm interviewing him. He looks at the camera and he says, give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That is
Wendy came through the door a minute ago, right, doing that.
You're talking.
I'm not quite sure if she was trying to say, like, your dinner's ready, or like, are you still talking to your friends?
You're still talking too much. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I got it.
Any other comments?
Jason, people are saying, nice to see Callum on your channel. Couple of guys in here with golf call signs, Golf 0 RFD.
Okay, RFD. I recognize him.
Mike and Craig Tong.
Okay, Tong.
Fellow up Callum, a fellow neighbor, he says.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Tong.
Anyway.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, several people from there's Craig is M3 HBI.
HBI. Uh-huh. Okay, I think I recognize him. Nice.
And then Jimbo G1 JSP.
Oh yeah, Jimbo. Hello, mate. James. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So James, he designed a little spike for the bottom of a DX Commander that people can print off.
Oh, okay.
And it replaces the screw cap. The screw cap you take out the insert, you put the spike in, and you get up a spike. Or you can reverse the spike and then close it back up again. You wouldn't ever know.
To help hold it in place with the guide wires or something?
Just to stop the base from moving around.
Right.
So I said to the factory,
right,
could you make these?
Mm-hmm.
And they said yes. Send us a drawing and all that stuff. And I said, well, can you not just see what it is? It's just a little small pyramid on the bottom. And well, so they might look at that. We'll just put one in every one. It might cost me an extra $1 or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, that's a good idea, though.
So thanks, Jim. Well done, James.
Yeah, for good. So cool. Yeah, Kyle from Zulu Sierra 6 Kilo Alpha.
Oh, ZS, South Africa.
ZS, yeah, ZS. I'm not sure where that is. That might be. Is that New Zealand?
No,
Rolling?
ZS will be South Africa.
South Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, ZL is what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
We probably hear ZS's more than you guys do. I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine so. Cool, man. Well, hey, I'll let you go. I know it's getting late for you. I've been going for like an hour and a half. So, like lovely. I said, I'll probably no, it's okay. I'll probably cut. Gives me opportunity to cut part of the video out with just you and me in here, and then post it again so people can don't have to spend so much time watching. But the live streams are always fun because the interaction with the audience and the live chat and everything.
Indeed.
That's always good.
Thanks. And I know a ton of the viewers. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
You can leave Jason's channel now. Watch a few of my videos.
Right. Yeah. You just posted one, didn't you? I got some notification.
Yeah. It's what day is it? Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
So that'll dive and bomb, and I'm not so worried about it. It was in the can. I just wanted to launch it anyway. It was just an interview with Mike and roly, but the next 6 videos are some of them are really good, actually.
Good.
Quite short and snappy, which is,
good. Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Lovely.
Excellent.
Well,
cool,
thanks
man.
for having me, young
Yes,
Jason.
sir. Yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Don't worry about the timing. It all worked out for the best. We still got 140 people watching, so.
Oh, hello, 140 people.
People are probably at work and just watching YouTube in the background, which is all good.
Why not?
Why not?
Don't blame you.
Why not? Right? Yeah. Good deal, man.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll bail out. I'll let you tail end it, and I'll just shut down, shall I?
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks for being here, man.
See you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep, you bet.
Bye-bye now.
Cool, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks to Callum for being here. Thanks to Frank for being here earlier. So, what did y'all think about that? Y'all have you think that was something good that I should maybe do again later? Because if Callum's going to be, it sounds to me like he was saying he was he's got a couple of options for places that he's going to move, and which means it might be a while, it might be into next year or something like that. So if that's the case, then maybe I'll bring him back on the show. Maybe I'll make it a monthly thing if he's willing to do that and available. I can say, okay, like the first Wednesday of the month, we're going to bring him on and just get an update to where he's going. So, S. Siegel, Callum, you're listening. S. Siegel says, Callum could read the tax code to me and it would be entertaining. Flamboyance and just moving around in the camera. That's awesome. That's awesome. So definitely thanks to Callum for being here. And you guys go check out his channel, DX Commander. He puts up some great stuff. And I was telling everybody in our Discord chat this morning, they were talking about me building my DX Commander Classic that I've got sitting right over there. And I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be really epic when I finally get it done. I'm going to do this Star Wars type trailer. And I've been looking for the DX Commander. It's just been, a 10-year process. I'm going to do it up and just trying to be funny about it. But we're gonna do a build of the DX Commander Classic that's going to be upcoming soon for something on this channel. But I actually got about 5 antenna videos I need to make and finish and do up and whatnot. So anyway, guys, thank you for the thumbs ups. Looks like I got about 55 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button if you're still in there. You haven't done that yet. If you like this content, really enjoy doing this. This lunchtime stream I started this in around May of this year, and I started it because everybody's at home. I thought, well, let's see how this goes, and it's been quite more popular than I thought it was going to be. And I had mentioned a month or two ago, say, yeah, I'm probably going to shut it down, not do it anymore. And I got a lot of people email me, say, no, keep going. I'm like, okay, cool. So as of right now, we're going to keep going with the Lunchtime Livestream. I might incorporate some guests into it, such as Callum, and we'll catch up with him in maybe another 2 or 3 weeks and get our timing down a little bit better. So from both sides, from his side and from my side. So 73 to everybody. Look for a new YouTubers Bunch video posting tonight on this channel. Look for Thursday Night Ham Radio from several of the other guys posting tomorrow. And look for the Friday shopping video this coming Friday on this channel again. 73 to all. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening, and thanks for being here today.